So, my roommate Ben and I have been living together for a little over a year, and for the most part, it's been a pretty standard arrangement. Shared chores, passive aggressive notes about hair in the drain, the usual. But a few weeks ago, Ben started labeling his food in the fridge. Nothing unusual at first. Ben's yogurt, Ben's leftover pizza, Ben's grapes. I figured he was just tired of me accidentally eating his pudding cups. I shrugged it off and started labeling my stuff too, just to keep the peace. But then the labeling started to get ambitious. Suddenly, every item in the fridge had a label. Not just food, but sauces, butter, even the ice tray. He labeled his ketchup, Ben's ketchup, do not touch Dan, which felt a little personal. Things took a turn when I found my own milk labeled definitely not Ben's milk. I started to suspect this was less about ownership and more about Ben's growing passion for sticky notes. Yesterday, though, things escalated from quirky to full-on fridge-based identity crisis. I went to brush my teeth before work and noticed my toothbrush sitting on the bathroom sink with a bright yellow label, lasagna. At first, I thought maybe Ben was playing a prank, or maybe he just needed help distinguishing between his and my toothbrushes. But then I opened the fridge and found, on top of my actual leftover lasagna, a label that read toothbrush. It was at that moment I realized Ben's labeling spree had spiraled out of control. I confronted him, and he just shrugged and said, "Honestly, Dan, at this point I have no idea what's food and what's not. I just label what I want to keep safe." So now, every morning I double-check my toothpaste to make sure it's not labeled chicken Alfredo. Because in this apartment, you are what you eat, or at least what you're labeled as.